Art Deco has had a massive influence on lifestyle and culture in the 1920s and 30s. Art Deco affected all forms of art, from buildings like the Empire State and Chrysler Building to posters and paintings. Art Deco is an art form that resulted from an architecture exhibition in Paris. The key elements of Art Deco are distinct, simple geometric shapes, a smooth finish, and lots of tiny, complex ornaments. However, in the late 20s and early 30s, a new form emerged called Art Moderne, which removed the ornaments and focused on a more streamlined, simplistic version of what Art Deco started as. Although the movement ended up dying out in the 1950s, you can still find influences of Art Deco today, and I'm going to go out on an adventure and find some examples and show you. Welcome to the exhibit hall at Reagan National Airport. This is actually in the old part of the airport, designed with Art Deco. It's now a small museum in the airport itself. It's all about the history and design of the airport. What you see here is a scale model of the old terminal building, explaining the history of the design. Here's some old photos showing the Art Deco design of the exterior of the airport. This is a Lockheed Constellation. Even though Art Deco was designed and popular in the 20s, its influence carried over into vehicle designs decades later. The striking exterior of the airport, as well as the old air traffic control and terminal building, were constructed in the 1930s under the Roosevelt administration. Even though the original airport was small and only carried few flights, the airport today has expanded with more terminals and major daily flights. The old terminal with Art Deco features is still in use almost 100 years later. Speaking of air vehicles, the most sold airplane of all time was the Douglas DC-3. This aircraft embraced the Art Moderne variation of Art Deco, with its streamlined fuselage, rounded wings, and square windows. It's estimated over 10,000 of these aircraft were sold to multiple major airlines, and some that are preserved units are even still flying today. Art Deco hasn't just influenced planes. In fact, almost every single Greyhound bus station still standing used an Art Moderne style. Most people, when they think of Art Moderne, immediately think of a Greyhound station, or a diner, or even a theater. Cars also got a makeover with the Art Deco and Art Moderne influence took over. One of the most famous examples of this is the Maybach Zeppelin. This model came out during the peak of the Art Moderne influence. Finally, saving the best for last, the influence that Art Deco had on trains was probably the biggest of them all. This old footage of a Dreyfuss Hudson locomotive that dates from the late 20s shows the distinctive Art Deco features, including the smooth finish, symmetrical design, and the use of simple geometric shapes. There are also some extreme designs that rail vehicles used at the time. Some railroads experimented with flat, streamlined front ends, or wild covering shapes for locomotives, while others would focus on the train's cars rather than the front engine. And finally, let's take a moment to appreciate this beautiful New York City subway entrance that was built at around the same time.